Obviously, that led you on to All Stars 7, the All Winners season, which wanted to sort of touch on. I loved All Star 7 because I thought it was such a great, sort of almost like a winning lap for all of the winners. We'd never had anything like that before.
Right?
One of the things I was very curious about, though, is I thought you came across really well on the season. I was actually probably you were one of the people I was the most excited about because you were quite different from a lot of the others. But what I was really curious about is after the season aired and when it was sort of like done, there was some, like, I think from your side, like there was a couple of posts on social media where I got the impression you were a bit not happy with your time on the season, or like there was some element of it, like not being represented properly and turning you into this caricature. I was just wondering if you could sort of talk about that and like, is that how you genuinely felt about it?
I mean, 100%. I definitely go way more into detail in my book about, the perceptions and my dreams, why I even had decided to go back in the first place. But just to like lay it out flat and give an overbriefing, I guess. You know, uh, I went back to have fun. I didn't think that I was going much in the way that I didn't think that I was going to win Drag Race. I didn't think I was going to be the queen of all queens. I also thought of it as a fun victory lap to get to show the fans like the areas I had grown, the things I had worked on. I made most of my runways for All Stars 7, and I had only learned how to sew a few years before. So there were like all these other sides of me that I was so excited to show and just like do this victory lap, no pressure. And while that is ultimately the product that ended up getting delivered to the fans, the process was not that. I don't know if the judges like just didn't get the memo early enough. uh, but I would say I was more, not just me, I was more critically judged, but the queens in general were more critically judged than on a lot of our original seasons. And not just because we were winners and we never had to experience the downsides of it. Like, no, they said some things to me that are probably still going to stick with my annoying little brain for the rest of my life that don't need to, that don't mean anything because they didn't air. They weren't made for the TV. They were saying it for TV and it didn't even make it. So,
Yeah, that was one thing I was quite curious about because Trinity, the Tuck, said she did because obviously I on my drama channel, so I know all about these sort of things. But she did this live show, and someone asked her about it, and she said, "Yeah, we did get critiqued. They just didn't show it, and like everyone seemed a bit confused about why they didn't show because it was very positive. Like they didn't really show any negative critiques. I was just wondering." Do you know like why that happened, or is there a particular critique you can share that didn't get aired, just to sort of like give some context to the type of things that was being said?
I'll give my own searing critique that stuck with me. That's not something that I think you should be telling a winner, somebody who represents your brand. Yeah. I was told that I hadn't figured myself out yet and that I don't know myself and that I haven't grown as an artist since my original time there.
Oh my God.
So, like when I say like they're critiquing us like we're baby queens trying to figure out our footing in the world. It I just think the judges were on a little bit of burnout because they'd been filming so many seasons and we did not, somewhere between like the invites to all of the winners uh to do this victory lap season and the actual judging, some of that kind of got lost in translation, and we ended up getting people who were trying to build us into America's next drag superstar instead of celebrating the things that already made us.
Wow. That no, it's so bizarre because season set All Star 7 was so like positive, and it was received so well by the fans, and I loved it. And it was very much like the Miss Congeniality season because there was no drama really between the contestants that we saw, and obviously, like you know, you're all winners, so at the same point, who cares? So, but that's so when I found that out from like when Trinity said it and a few other queens have sort of said it, I was so surprised because I was like, well, why didn't they I mean, I can see why they didn't show those critiques because they would not come across well to say that to someone that's like, that's really horrible to say. I can probably guess who said it, but it's just, yeah, I'm really surprised they didn't show that side of it. Maybe they regret, maybe they felt they were too mean, I guess.
Well, I mean, there were a number of times where I don't even think they were mean as much as it showed the flaws in where they maybe shouldn't be judging. Like, oh, we can't say that word anymore. I don't know if you guys knew that, or oh, like, um, if you actually paid attention to any of the queens who came through your show, you might know what this winner has been doing in their time. Uh, there was a lot that it I wish that the version that the fans were shown was the version that was filmed because that's what we were promised, you know. That's where a lot of my bitterness came out of, a lot of all of those posts and all of that like that I stirred up was me being because I was promised what you guys got, and I just have to deal with all the secret little trauma on my own terms because it looks too dirty for WoW.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the one thing I'm curious about, I wonder, I mean, obviously, not sure if you're able to talk about it. I was just wondering if, did you get in trouble from WoW for saying those things in the posts?
Get in trouble is a hard term because they really are there to like try and support and uplift the queens. It's like one of the mission directives from Drag Race, from the jump, is they're there to offer the kind of success and the kind of platform that RuPaul had to other artists. So you know, I didn't get in trouble, but I did have to have conversations with them to be like, why the are you saying this? And for me to be like, because this is the first time I'm speaking to you and I won your show.
So, I mean, because I thought you came across really well. So when I saw those posts, I was genuinely like sad for you because I thought you came across personally. I thought you came across really well on the
I
show,
did
and
come
I
across
thought
well. That's part of the issue is I didn't come across well on season 11, and that is authentically who I am. That is authentically who I am. I'm glad that people got to see more of my chipper side on All Stars 7 because that is also who I am. But you got absolutely, at least for me, I got no reason to like root for me on that season. And it's because I was lacking the push of what I was actually fighting against, the struggles I was actually going through, which were with the judges. They were with production. And you can't make a TV show about that unless you're making a TV show about the TV show.
so. Do you?
Untucked three times.
Yeah. Do you? So do you regret being on All Star 7 then?
No, no. And I still got to get so much out of it that I was really hoping for, which is like a positive competing experience as far as with the girls. I got to see, even though the judges didn't uh seem to give a I got all the positive feedback and like reinforcement I was looking for from the people who were my competitors. So I got that. Um, always happy for the chance to show like what I can do to the world. I'm very thankful for that, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity to have been a part of the coolest iteration of Drag Race, like an all winners version. I am forever thankful. So no, I don't regret going back, but do I wish it could have been different? Do I wish that I could be slightly less pained looking back at that whole experience? Yeah. I think hopefully someday I'll learn how to grow with what came from that and turn it into a big dildo for people to ride or something, you know? Like the All-Star 7 dildo shaped like a platinum plunger, really gonna clean your guts out.
Marketing. That's there you go, product idea. One of the big sort of like mysteries of All Star 7 was quite a few of the contestants mentioned that there was a reunion filmed and then it got sort of like stopped from airing, which where apparently where a lot of the grievances about the show, the season came out, but then I guess it was stopped. I was just wondering if you could like talk about that a bit.
It exists. It's true.